Ever feel like you're doing everything right in goal, but the ball just keeps finding the back of the net? Super frustrating, right? Well, guess what? It's probably not your reflexes or diving that's the issue, it's your goalkeeper positioning. The good news though, fixing these mistakes is surprisingly simple. In this video, we're going to break down the 5 most common goalkeeper positioning mistakes and more importantly, show you how to fix them. By the end, you'll know exactly what you're doing wrong, save more shots and shut down attacks before they even begin. And we've all heard the old saying, goalkeepers should never concede at their near post. Sounds pretty simple, right? But here's the thing. If covering only the near post was the only thing we had to worry about, I'd just super glue myself to it and be done for the day. But as goalkeepers, we need to cover the entire goal, not just the near post. The reality is, attackers are getting smarter and they notice if keepers are hugging their near post and take advantage with sneaky finishes to the far corner. The good news is, there is a very simple fix. By stepping a bit further from the post and aligning yourself with the ball and the center of the goal, you make it so much tougher for attackers to exploit that tight angle. And one pro tip I got from my old goalkeeping coach is to take a cone, place it right in the middle of the goal and use it for my goalkeeper training and practice games. And this cone does more than just mark the center of the goal. It helps your brain focus on lining up with the ball and staying centered in the goal. And the more you use this setup in practice, the better you'll become at finding your best position in real matches as well. When it comes to your positioning, small adjustments, just tiny ones, make a huge difference. Master these small changes and you'll see a big improvement in your game. All right, you mastered the near post problem. Good job, by the way. But now you might be falling into another trap. You see the attacker is lining up a shot from distance and your adrenaline kicks in. You want to rush out and make the goal seem smaller, right? All great intentions, but here's the problem. By stepping too far out of your goal, you're not only robbing yourself of crucial reaction time, but you're also opening up the goal for lobs or bending shots into the top far corner. Yes, closing the angle is important, and sure, if the ball is close and you can go for a 50-50 challenge, go for it, but overdoing it when the striker has the ball under control, you're just adding to the striker's options. In situations where the angle is already narrow, use your post as guidance, align yourself straight to it, or one tiny step in front to avoid diving into it. When the shot is more central and the striker's outside the 18-yard box, stay closer to your line, maybe 1 or 2 small steps off it. And the closer the striker gets, the more you want to close down the space between you and the striker. Just make sure you're fully stopped in your perfect set position when the striker shoots. And if the attacker keeps dribbling, then stay alert. Watch for that moment when they look down or take a heavy touch. This is your cue to spring into action and close down the space quickly, just like you would in a one-on-one situation. The key is to adjust your position based on how close the striker is. If you're too far out, you're at the risk for lobs and bends. Too close to your line for closer, more central shots, and you just give them too much goal to aim at. Striking that balance just in between is what makes a great keeper. Okay, you tackled the near post problem and found your perfect positioning distance, but there's another positioning mistake that many goalkeepers make. Imagine a cross coming in and you rush out to grab it, but halfway there you realize that you can't get to the ball. You're stuck in no man's land and the ball can sail right over your head into the middle of the goal without you having a chance of saving it. When you see you can't get to the cross, it's vital that you fall back to your line. This way you give yourself the best reaction time to make the save. And you see top level goalkeepers do this all the time. Watch any pro goalkeeper and you'll see them fall straight back to their line if they can't get to the cross. It's all about giving themselves the best chance to react to the ball. And it's exactly the same for cutbacks. If a ball is played across the 6-yard box and you can't smother it, it's better to drop back to your line. Don't get caught past your front post like I was here. Be patient, see if you can reach the ball. If you can't, then turn your head early to see what's going on. Take one big step back to your line, get set, and do your very best to save the ball. Dropping back to your line isn't about being passive, it's about being smart. This habit allows you to make key reaction saves, especially on headers and cutbacks. Positioning is all about giving yourself the best chance of saving the ball, and dropping back to your line when you can't reach the cross or cutback will make a huge difference. And hey, speaking about making a difference, if you find this video helpful, please let me know down in the comments. It's a really simple way for you to support the channel and show me some goalkeeper love. We've talked a lot about how staying close to your line is key, and in many situations it is. But if you think sticking to your line is always the safest bet, think again. You also need to stay connected with your defenders, especially when the action is happening far up the pitch. If they push up, you push up. If they drop back, you also have to drop back. And to keep things simple, I've split the pitch into 3 thirds. We have the attacking third, the middle third, and the defensive third. And when the ball is in the attacking third, you can comfortably sit between the edge of your 18-yard box and the D. This gives you a great view and you can easily cut out those sneaky long passes. And when the ball is in the middle third, position yourself in around your penalty spot. This puts you in the perfect position to sprint forward to intercept any through balls, and you can race back if anyone should attempt any sneaky long shots. And finally, when the ball is in the defensive third, find that sweet spot between your goal line and your 6-yard box that we talked about. By understanding your positioning as a goalkeeper, whether your team is in or out of possession, not only increases your ability to save more shots, but it also helps your team stop scoring chances before they even start. Okay, so we covered a lot today, but there's still one more positioning mistake to go over, and this one might just be the most frustrating of them all. So you found your perfect position. There's a straight line from the center of the goal to the ball, but your defender steps in front of you, and now you can't see the ball. Sounds familiar, right? This happens all the time, even at the very top level of football. Shots go through or around defenders' legs, leaving you feeling helpless and frustrated. And if you can't see the ball, you can't react to it. What do we do now? So when a defender is blocking your view, work together, let him know which side to cover, and shift your position slightly to either side of the defender to see the ball. And yes, even if that means giving up a bit of the perfect position, you should always prioritize to see the ball. In these situations, it's very important that you stay low so you can see the ball between legs. And again, stay close to your line because that will give you more time to react. But always stay ready to move. If the attacker takes a touch, adjust your position to keep the ball in sight. This way you can see when the attacker is about to shoot and react accordingly. Try this out in your next training session and let me know how it goes in the comment section down below. And speaking about moving fast from side to side, if you want to improve your speed and agility, then dive into my next video where I show you 5 goalkeeper footwork drills that I wish I knew earlier in my goalkeeper journey. This is Christian, signing off from Ground Glory. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in this video.